Our next story involves a different kind of magic, the natural beauty of the mountain bike trails at Turtle Bay. And more advanced bikers can do their own tricks on the pump track right next door to the resort.
Well, my name is Mike Solis, and I run a company named Mountain Bike Hawaii, known more as MTB Hawaii. A couple years ago, I was approached by Skip, who helps Turtle Bay market the resort, and he wanted to do some mountain biking type of stuff. Over a couple of years' time, that evolved, and that dream started to happen. Brett at Hele Huli Adventure Center decided he wanted to kind of take this project on. And what they've done is they hired a professional crew from Whistler, Canada, to come down and actually develop all the trails and the pump track that they're building closer to the resort. We started about 2 months ago now. We came into the jungle, built several miles of trails. We were out here finding the trails. We came across this old school bus. As soon as everybody saw it, it was obvious that it was going to be kind of the focal point of the trail. I mean, the trail wraps around, comes up the hill, wraps all the way around the bus. We're very excited to have someone like Turtle Bay, really get behind the sport, and we're hoping that that will just help bring more people into the sport, get people outside. A couple of years ago, when all this started to happen, I was programming, and I've been doing that for 20 years. And I love it and I still do it, but I was just getting pretty tired of being in the office all day long. And as a matter of fact, I was so unhealthy that when my daughters were learning how to ride bikes, I couldn't run behind the bike to help them. I'd get too exhausted. And I realized I really needed a change. And I tried all different kinds of sports. I tried tennis and running and all these things, and I didn't enjoy it. So I went to the bike shop and bought my first mountain bike, and it was pretty much over at that point. I knew right away I wanted to do it. I pursued that, and eventually I started to run a website that was just informational to help people know where to find trails, and that got me out riding all the trails. And then I met people that were throwing races on, and I saw how much fun that was, and we started putting on more races and doing that, and I really enjoy that. That's probably the most fun thing I do, is to see kids and to see families out racing and having a good time. And so this whole transition to mountain biking has been absolutely fantastic. I'm happier, my family's happier, and it's been a good experience for us. In Hawaii, we have amazing trails everywhere, fantastic trails. They're beautiful, but they're all difficult. They're all intermediate and they're all advanced. We have no beginner types of trails. So the trails here that Brett has decided to come together and help us with are very family oriented. They're very beginner trails. Although they're beginner though, they're built by mountain bikers and experienced riders. So they're very fun. They're flowy and they're challenging, but they're not scary. If you're a father who has kids that ride and you're a little intimidated, you don't have to be. But from there's 3 more trails that we built, and they all get progressively more difficult. And even the most advanced trail is not scary. Well, a lot of work went into the trails that we built at Turtle Bay for sure. This is a good example behind us. This whole area, this whole path that's cleared through here now, used to be 15-foot tall California grass. And as a matter of fact, when we first walked through here, we are walking through at this level, on top of all of this. And we had to come in, cut that all out, and pull it all out. So we didn't use any machines, everything was cut by hand. These areas have been laying unused for so many years. At one point, we dug up probably about 50 tires that had been buried in the ground. So all that stuff now is cleared out. We've been able to take land that has basically just lain wasted, full of junk. We've been able to clean it up and turn it into a place that Turtle Bay can use to bring people out and get people riding their bikes and exercising. So this small area here is what we call a skills area or a skills park. And it's small right now, but we're going to be expanding it. But this is where people come to learn and practice basic bike handling skills. So once you've mastered the skills area here, then we move on to the pump track, where the real fun begins. A pump track is an enclosed track where you don't have to pedal to keep up any momentum. You're able to use all of the rollers and the natural features to keep all of your momentum. So when you start, you're really slow, but as you practice and get better, you can get really fast and you can jump and you can do all types of things. This one's been designed so that two riders can race simultaneously. So riders will go down the middle, and then at the end, they'll split off in both directions and they'll come back. And then you'll do races where you have to do 3 or 5 laps, and whoever gets done first wins the race. The plan is to really take advantage of the pump track. And one of the things that I would like to see happen is very frequent races. And the best part of coming out to ride the new trails at the Turtle Bay Resort is at the end of the day, after your ride, you've got Cavella Bay to come out and have a beautiful picnic at. So to find out more about riding, visit our website.